welcome back to my channel. Chloe here, and we're going to be taking another look at Raptor Boyfriend today. I believe that this is going to be our final episode, so a ton of stuff happened in the last episode. I don't think things have been really resolved with our friends, which is kind of sad. We've got a couple months, I think, before we have to leave Ladle completely. So that's nice. We at least have some time. We also hooked up with Robert. Hey, we finally got the Raptor Boyfriend. What up? You know, like, it's been a good time. Robert is also working through his issues with Jessica. He's working through kind of his feelings of trauma. He's decided that he's going to stop being so reckless and, like, stunt driven. He's now going to kind of take things easy because it just makes him more depressed because he knows that he can't be like that anymore. So he's kind of moving on. But I'm curious to see how this is all going to end. So buckle up, folks. We're going to get back into it. I was going to say generally terrible, but then deciding I have no plan was weirdly just another type of plan. I realized that making plans wasn't the problem. The problem was that my plans always involved me trying to be someone I'm not. It's fine to want to be better, to try to put yourself out there, but I think I was being too hard on myself. I know I'm starting to sound like you, Doctor. Oh, right, the plan. Well, this one was simple. No, it was actually simple this time. The plan was to have a nice last day of school. Me, Date, and Taylor were hanging out in the halls in between first and second period. I was handling the whole moving away from Ladle thing pretty well. That's it. I'm not leading. Stella. No, they can't make me. I guess they can't, but after they close up for the summer, you might have to leave for, you know, food and water, air conditioning, the necessities for survival. But Taylor, I'm gonna miss this school. The tiny chairs, the mysterious mold, the creepy rumors. I'm even gonna miss my stinky locker. It still smells from Robert's sock, eh? Yup. I tried my best to scrub it and spray air freshener, but it's a stubborn stink. I just didn't want to leave, just like me, but now I must leave it. I'm not sure I'm ready to say goodbye. I get that you're feeling nostalgic right now, but it's just a funky smelling locker. It's my funky smelling locker. Yeah, Taylor. You know, I knew I shouldn't have said anything, but for some reason I said it anyway. I'm sorry, you're right. It's just that everything's changing so fast. The highway expansion's almost here. There's a bunch of new kids being shown around for next year already, and I don't know. Ladle High already feels different. I guess I'm really gonna miss it here, you know? Yeah. No. You're not gonna miss it at all? I don't know, maybe. I'm just more excited about what's next. I'm tired of staring at the same old walls. Time for some new walls to stare at. I can't believe I graduated. I guess I'm better at this whole school thing than I thought. I was fully prepared to have to do summer school or something. You could do it anyway, pick up a few extra credits just for funsies. That sounds like your kind of funsies, not mine. Okay, I guess we should head to class. Yeah, I guess. What are you three doing here? What? Going to class? No. You did not just say you were going to class. Tell me you did not just say that you're going to class? We did, though. I can't tell you that because that would be a lie. I'm going to come out with it. It might be hard to accept, but we said we were going to class. No, you're not, though. Because today is National Skip Day. It's what? National Skip Day. It's only the best holiday like ever. Taylor, what is he talking about? It's the last day of school, basically. Because everyone's grades here can't change, there aren't any consequences for skipping class. It's not only consequence-free, it's expected to skip. Actually, no, it's expected that you skip. Taylor, you knew this and didn't tell them? I forgot, okay? Now that you mention it, that does explain there was, like, nobody in first period. Yeah, we basically did nothing in English today. Mr. Garciano just handed out a word cross puzzle. Exactly. So wait, why are you here then? Looking for you three. Oh. I mean, come on, it's Stella's last day here. I'm not about to let you waste it by actually going to class. Let's get out of here. Skip class? Yes! I never skipped class. I actually, in retrospect, wish that I had. Ironically, it was only when I became a grad student that I actually started skipping class. Because I was like, you know what? Some days... Oh, especially when I was shooting serotonin, like... I was so tired after shooting serotonin. Like, there were days where I could not go to class. I was like, nope, I'm going to sleep because this one class isn't really, like, productive anyways. Like, we do nothing there. And, yeah, nothing ever happened. And it was fine. And it was fine. And, yeah. I've never done that before. Me neither. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Nice self-love. I was a little worried there for a second. I had to walk here, and it's a lot farther than you think. Oh my god. I grabbed my stuff and said one last goodbye to the hallways of Ladle High. We piled in my truck and headed to the lake. When we got there, Robert went up to the biggest tree he could find and started doing something. He wouldn't tell us what. He said it was a surprise. There. Now everyone will always know. Know what? that we were here and we were glorious. Wow. Yeah, right. It just literally says that we were here, though. So how does anyone know who we is? I mean, we are, you know what I mean. Oh, I actually don't think it really matters. We know, and that's what counts, right? Totally. Nice save. Yeah. I couldn't help but think about my first day here. Can't believe it's already been a year since I've been here. Hanging out with everyone for the first time with all of you, I was so nervous. I don't think I ever told you any of this, but my detention story was a huge lie. Yeah, we know. Wait, really? Yeah, it was kind of obvious. Oh man, that's so embarrassing. Shit, I guess my whole "are you worthy" thing did kind of put you all on the spot, huh? Well, kinda. Yeah, my bad. But you were the first person to talk to me at school. Just the fact that you invited me to the lake was unbelievable to me. Really? Duh, you made probably one of the most memorable entrances I've ever seen. You skateboarded in looking all badass, and I did a prank on you. Well, yeah, but you were the class rep, and you were cool, and you wanted to hang out with me after school. It sounds like a better first impression than I made. What do you mean? First thing you saw me do was fight with Ingrid. Actually, I saw you fighting with nobody. Ingrid was invisible, so I kind of thought you were yelling at me. Damn it. Definitely not my best moment. But you were so kind to me. You started my education on what constitutes a party. You helped prepare me for the lake. You made me feel like it was okay that it was some bumbling dork. And then I made you feel terrible. I should have felt terrible. I hit you with my car. You what? You barely nicked me. It was nothing. Nice stunt, Taylor. Way to tuck and roll. It wasn't some stunt. I would still feel bad about that. But you just immediately tried to make me feel better by turning it into some joke. What was it again? Said I get hit all the time. And sometimes when it's a bad one, I have to turn the drivers into mulch. Wow, that's dark. You had to be there, I guess. Then you said you'd come to the lake with me. And that really helped me feel like I could do it. Because you were there for me. You owe me this year one of the best years of my life. It was pretty great, wasn't it? It had its ups and downs. Yeah, definitely had its moments, though. Yeah, like that time we pranked the hell out of you two. Yeah, it's not really a good prank phone call when the person you call knows it's you the whole time. You weren't there for when Stella called her serial hotline and said her name was Robin Hood. Whatever, it was really funny at the time. And we got Robert good, too. You left yourself wide open for that one, dude. For someone who calls himself the Pranktor, you kind of got shown up. You got shown up by the Queen of Pranks. Yeah, you did. Okay, whatever. I totally got you all with my ladle ripper prank, especially Taylor. What? No, you didn't. Come on, you were horrified. Was not. Look, we were all a little on edge that night, and we all got a little spooked, except for Taylor, who was a lot spooked. Nice one. All right, fine. Maybe I was a bit freaked out. Just a bit, though. Taylor, you don't understand. You came alive that night. I saw a fire in you that screamed, I want to live. And the fact that I caused that fills me up with pride. Well, I'm happy that my tear did that for you. We all just stood there for a second with big smiles across our faces. Then Robert took a big breath of air and exhaled like he'd just eaten a delicious meal. Ah, what was that about? Huh? Nothing. I'm just trying to take in this moment. Soon it's gonna be gone. Soon the ladle I used to know will be gone. Damn. Yeah, where did that come from? Hey, I can be deep, okay? No, it's true. The other day I had a random family in a minivan ask me where the nearest supermarket was. They're shit out of luck. Yeah, but it made me think, how long until they start building one? Who? The family in the van? What? You fucking idiot. I love you, Robert. What? No, just they. I guess it couldn't stay boring old ladle forever. How do you feel about all this? I don't know. I'm not that worried. If everything goes bad, I'll just find somewhere else, I guess. Really? Yeah, sure, everything worked out, but there's not much tying me to ladle anymore. Nothing bad is gonna happen here. Everyone has been cool so far. Yeah, it's actually been kind of weird. I guess people adjust to a new normal. I would think that the discovery that magical beings exist would be a positive thing for most people. Yeah, for most. Exactly. As far as I'm concerned, we're all about to become famous. I doubt that. Just wait, Day. You'll see. Doesn't matter. I'm leaving Ladle anyways, so I guess everyone out there will just have to get used to me. Wow. Yeah. Welcome to being an adult, I guess. I feel woefully unprepared. What do you mean? All the teachers said grade 12 was meant to prepare you for the adult life, so be ready for a tough year. Yeah, right. This year's a joke. Right, like when we had that group project. Oh, yeah. We just kept putting it off and putting it off. Robert, I have to give it to you. You were amazing at finding ways to procrastinate. Hey, that wasn't all me, okay? No, we were looking for a way out of the actual work. That way out was you constantly telling us some random story. Right, there was that one about how you swore you saw a UFO. Said I might have seen one. Might have. All I know is that there was an orb of light that moved in an unlikely flight trajectory. That's a healthy amount of skepticism. That's all I'm doing, just presenting facts as a reasonable raptor. The point is we goofed off that entire night and still managed to pass. Yep, still the same old ale high. We stayed there reminiscing until it was time for me to go home and pack. Then as much as I didn't want to admit it, it was time for us to say goodbye. Say goodbye to Day and Taylor first. I, won't do it. Won't do what? I was gonna make a joke about seeing you in another 5 years, but don't worry, I won't do it. Taylor? Stella? Taylor? No, but seriously, I'm gonna miss having my camp friend living down the street. Taylor, you made this year worth it. And all joking aside, whether or not it's in 5 years or 5 days, I'll just be glad to see you again. Me too. But for you. Hey, you know what's funny? What? I spent so much time thinking about leaving this town, but I suck at goodbyes. You came into this town and you made it brighter. Thank you, Stella. For what? For being my friend. No, thank you. My dorm room will always be open if you need a place to crash or just if you want to visit. I'd love to. So self-love, where do I even start? When you first met me, I was a mess. And you stuck with me. I didn't stick with you, I fell for you. Yeah, despite conventional wisdom. Shut up. But seriously, I was going through some stuff and, well, I guess I still am, but it just feels more clear. Like, whatever's going on in this raptor skull is just only going on in there. I know that now. I guess I want to thank you for being there for me. Even when I was trying to push you away. Of course. You don't have to thank me. I wanted to be there. I know. But I want to thank you anyway. You just always made me feel better. Like when we first met, I was actually kind of having a bad day. But something about the way you treated me, it was like there was no pressure for me to be, cool or something. It actually took a while to get used to. And then when you dropped me off last after the lake, I couldn't help but ask to hug you. Just wanted to so badly for some reason. You did? Totally. And when we did that school project, then I found your magazines the next day. I know it sounds weird, but when I gave them back, our fingers touched and it was like a shiver went down my spine. Like in a good way. Oh my god, me too. Really? Are you kidding me? I was so into you. That night when me and Day got drunk and I pranked you, I dreamt of you. You did. No? Come on, tell me. Okay, but it's so embarrassing. Hey, it's me. I dreamt that you were in your underwear, surrounded by underwear, but you look like that famous painting, Venus de Milo. Wow, Stella. I'm flattered. I told you that it was embarrassing. I'd always hoped that you liked me. Like on Friday the 13th. When we were outside looking for the Ladle Ripper like something out of a horror movie, I so wanted to kiss you. Me too. Do you think we would have if we weren't interrupted? I know I would have. Even the memories that are kind of painful, they're better because you were there. Like when you and Jess picked me up from snowboarding. You gave me that book on poetry, and that really meant a lot. Even if I couldn't admit it at the time. I wish I could just stay one more night with you. Me too. What are you gonna do? It's the last day of high school. Are you gonna go to some rager? Ha, nah. Me and Jess are just gonna hang out and watch a movie or something. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm all partied out for the time being. Besides, it wouldn't be the same without you. Aw, none of it will be, Stella. Later won't be the same. You're gonna make me cry. Just promise me that when you get to the city, you'll continue to be the most rad and completely righteous girl there is. I'll try. And pull at least one more sick prank. I will. It's important for your health. Stop talking like we're never gonna see each other again. Only if you promise. I promise. Thank you. When will we see each other again? I don't know. Everything seems so up in the air right now. I know. You have my number though, right? Yeah. Just give me a call. I'll always answer. I love you. I love you too. Oh my god. I'm not crying, but I feel like I want to. It's so sad. We held each other there for what seemed like hours, but eventually we had to let go. Eventually we had to say goodbye. Oh my god, but I love this raptor boy. I love him so much. As we left the lake, we decided to leave our own mark. Oh, we carved our initials into the tree. We met up with the others by the truck, and then I gave them all a ride home one last time. I knew the only thing left to do was go home and pack, but instead I did one more lap around Ladle. I passed by the school. I thought about how this year I wasn't scared to walk down the halls anymore. I didn't eat my lunches alone in the bathroom. I had friends. Goodbye, Ladle High. I passed by the lake and thought about all the firsts I had this year. First time getting drunk. First time having a sleepover without parental supervision. First time going to a real party. First time skipping class. First kiss. First... She and Robert, they hooked up. Goodbye, the lake. I looked in the rearview mirror and thought about how long ago last September felt like. I'm gonna miss this town. I'm gonna miss giving everyone rides. I'm gonna miss driving on these roads. It all looked different. It all felt different. As I looked in the mirror, I caught my own reflection. I was different. And not in the way that I was trying to force myself to be back at the beginning of the year either. I didn't become some outgoing, uber cool girl. I was still me, still Stella. Just different. That's when I decided I needed to look to reflect that. So I stopped off at Sal's Convenience and bought some hair bleach and headed home. When I got there, I found myself staring at the TV, trying to pretend like it was any other day at school. Don't worry, Danny, you'll get used to the big city. Says you. Yeah, it didn't work. Dad left me one last note. Hi, honey. I'm doing a lot of thinking, and what I said the other week came out wrong. I wanted to move so badly because I wanted to be able to spend more time with you. Being closer to work would help with that, but I didn't consider what you wanted. You've grown up so much. I didn't realize it isn't all just about father-daughter time anymore. You have your own friends and your own life. You should realize how much Lena means to you. I'm sorry. You're your own woman now, and I should let you make these decisions with me. I'm so proud of you. Love, Dad. So what is it? Are you letting us stay here, sir? I went to the answering machine for a second. There was that familiar feeling of excitement I would get. Come home wondering who called, and if maybe one of my friends left me a message, but there were no messages left. Dad had canceled the phone plan yesterday. Watching him do it finally made the move feel real. Shooting star girl. She wants the world and lives in the light. She dreams for perfection and settles for all right. She looks for love and she finds mine. It's broken, damaged. Will she take it, think it's just fine? I long for her hand, adoration in her eyes. Will she continue to see me, what I can't find? Hope will ebb and flow and she'll continue to shine. My shooting star girl, please stay in my life. Let me prove to you it'll be worth it in time. Oh my god, no. He wrote her a poem. I'm okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to leave this man. Phone plan being canceled. I couldn't call anybody. Ready to do the most drastic thing. Then I realized something. I wasn't as scared as I thought it would be. I thought maybe change isn't so bad. I took a deep breath and I thought this is it. And I knew that if I went through with it, there would be no going back. Well, technically, if I waited long enough, it would grow back, but you know what I mean. Was I really ready to move on? Did I give myself enough time to say goodbye? Let's think one last time. I went to sit in the window thinking, there you were. That must have found you in one of my own boxes. I'm really sorry about losing you in the move and totally forgetting about you all year. I was so excited to finally be able to tell you everything, but I had some business to take care of first. Okay, now we're ready. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Well, what do you think, Doctor? Alright, well, I personally think I did a pretty good job for it being my first time. Apology accepted. Huh? Oh, well, after I did my hair, I came up here to tell you about, well, everything. I guess that's it. That's the whole story. Well, there is one last thing, Doctor. You know, the family that's moving in has a young daughter. I guess I thought maybe you could help her through her teenage years, like you helped me. I guess this is goodbye then. I hope she treats you with all the respect that your doctor has earned you. Be good to her and keep being the best listener in the biz. I'll miss you too. I'm sorry, I'm not personally attached to this bear. This bear has said nothing. This bear has been a vessel. It's been a good year. Oh, that's it? I was hoping that, like, this was gonna be her. Is there music? Oh, I probably put it on mute, actually. I was hoping that it was going to, like, have been her, like, talking about her experiences with Robert, and then she was going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to give up this... Wait, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's here. And they're hot. They're still hot. Wow, she looks really good now with this hair and this tank top. Thanks for driving me. It's no problem. I mean it. It's really nice to have someone I trust to drive me. I just love doing it, and besides, it's a nice excuse to see you. You don't mind waiting for me while I have my session? Not at all. I use the time to work on my thesis in the cafeteria. I actually feel like I get some of my best work done there. The clinic is really calming. I know what you mean. So, Mrs. History Major, have you decided what you're going to do with your thesis paper? Yes, actually, I have. I'm doing my thesis on cryptids throughout history. Really? Far out. Yeah, cryptids have been around for years, but the contributions to society have been largely ignored in any historical context. I think it's important to collect their stories, you know? Could radically change how we look at our history. You seem really passionate about it. I am. The hard part is separating fact from myth and the myth from fact, I guess. Did I ever tell you about Duke Emilio Raptorson? No. A great-great-uncle of mine. He was a privateer for England, Portugal, and the Dutch. All three? Yeah, those are just the major ones. He pretty much sailed the seas and stole for whoever wanted to pay him. He was one salty dino. Tell me more. He invented the first pinball machine, all the way back in 1678. What? It was the size of a tennis court and took 5 men to operate. Robert, it's all true, I swear. Okay, sure. I just can't put it in my thesis without some kind of documents or historical evidence to back it up. Or at least a reliable source. Are you calling me unreliable? Not in the ways that matter. But yes, you are full of bullshit. That's the difference between us, self-love. I'm interested in truths that are beyond facts and maps and old dusty books. Universal truths of poetry. Poetry is great and all, but sometimes you need a map, or else you get lost. I know. That's why we make a great team. I wrote something for you. A poem. My life. Sometimes it's like looking down into Earth's center, centering of your mind, mindful. Other times it's like soaring up into the atmosphere above the clouds, cloudy. Every time it's like catching your breath, breathing for the first time, time spent with her, her beauty. All the time you wish you were there in her radiant light, light as a feather, feathery. The therapist I'm working with has me incorporating writing into my treatment. Loud poems, sometimes just random thoughts. It helps me to put things in the right places, good things and the bad. So it's helping? Yeah, sometimes I get taken over with an urge or a mood. It still happens. Now I feel like I have some things I can do till it passes. That makes sense. Stella, thanks for everything. For being so patient with me. You keep saying I'm being patient with you or waiting for you, but there's nothing to wait for. I'm with you. I've arrived. But you being in therapy doesn't mean that you're incomplete or something. As far as I can see, you're the happiest you've been since I've known you. Thanks, Stella. Stop thanking me, you big, beautiful dino. I don't know what else to say. You could say, I mean, it's kind of completely unrelated, but come on, whatever you want, I'll say it. Well, it's more something that you should admit. What? Admit that I'm the queen of pranks. Never. Oh, come on. I got you last week. What, when you swapped out the butter for margarine? That's barely a prank. It's subtle. That's why it was so diabolical. I love you. I love you too, Robert. No, they're cute. Oh my god. I love them. Oh. Oh my god. Good job, guys. Good job. This was... If you guys haven't played Order of Pizza, that's how I first... Oh my god. Titus did all the animations. Holy shit. I mean, this is a game that's literally made by a team of 3 people. And guys, this is a super... Some people who are, like, snobs might be looking at this and being like, it's just a visual novel. I'm like, it's a visual novel that's got, like, 3 dynamic routes, that's really well written, that has really good dialogue and characters and artwork, and it's made by 3 people. I mean, that's insane. That's amazing. I love this game. I loved everything about this game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I love this game. I don't even think I can bring, like, really relevant, like, criticism to it, because I just loved it so much. Okay, so, writing for this game. Really well-written game. The only thing that I wish for, and this isn't, like, a knock against the game by any means, I wish that there was a way that you could have resolved everybody's problems without necessarily, being with them, so to speak. I mean, I was getting all the poems just to get a completionist route on Robert's. I'm not sure if, like, the number of poems impacts anything. As in, like, I don't know if it's gonna impact, like, who you end up with, or if you have a neutral ending, or if you have an end, something like that. I don't know. So I do like that it makes this game easy, but I do feel bad because especially with Taylor and Day, it kind of feels like once you decide who you're going to get locked into for their route, you kind of ignore like the rest of their stories. Like it's kind of there, but I feel like I never really figured out how to stand up to Brandon. I never really figured out how to stand up to Ingrid either, so I couldn't help like Day or Taylor with either of those problems. And I would have liked to have seen an ending where they reunite as friends all together. Although I do understand that this is kind of the reason why this friendship worked. Wasn't just because like they were destined to be friends. It was just something that kind of just worked because they were all together in the same place at the one time, and they were all at like these different kind of nexus points or so in their lives. And it just happened to click, and it just happened to work at that time. So I do understand like why, even if you end up with a romantic ending, you're not going to like see your friends again. Not everybody meets up again. I understand that. So otherwise though, I really love this story. I'm surprised it didn't make me cry. I was really holding on there. I was really holding on. I was almost in tears. But yeah, I really loved the characters. I love the character designs. I love the art. I love how much animation and life there is in everything. I mean, it's not even like the blinking of people or like how Ingrid kind of gently floats throughout her scenes to kind of remind you that she's a ghost. But it's like, look, guys, like there's clouds moving in the background in this one CG, and it's just that level of detail is just something I always appreciate. Like someone took the time to animate clouds moving in the background for no reason. When like animating the eyes would have worked just fine. But yeah, so there's a lot of attention to detail and like loving detail like put into this game, which I really appreciate. I really can't comment on the music because let me check. I think I turned it off. Yeah, I turned off the music because I didn't want it to get copyright claimed, because that's been happening on some of my games lately. But yeah, this is a really wonderful game. I will not be doing another route on the channel, simply because I'd like to explore it kind of like on my own and check it out. Unless you guys like really, really start demanding for it. But even then, I think I've got like some other games that I need to check out for the channel. So I think that this is where I'm going to leave Raptor Boyfriend for the channel. But I'd love to check out, and I probably will like later on tonight, check out more of this game and check out what the other routes do. Yeah, I mean, I really love this game. It's kind of a love letter to high school students that are just going through some shit, and instead of like depicting everybody as like a shit, you know, even Jessica, who I was kind of like borderline, she's annoying as hell, she's irredeemable, and then I was just like, she's just gonna be like a stereotypical like selfish ex-girlfriend. But when she got to explain everything, I really did believe like the sisterly like relationship between her and Robert. So I actually really appreciated that. It was, again, subverting my expectations. I think it also it doesn't subvert your expectations as much as it did like Order a Pizza. Order a Pizza is like weird, and I fully recommend. That's a free game by this same game company, so I would recommend going and checking that out. It's on itch.io. It's free. It's really trippy. It definitely subverts your expectations. This kind of had some of that with the storytelling, like especially with Robert. And when you read his first couple of poems, you're like, oh, ha ha ha, he's silly, and then he's like literally writing some super dark things. Like being terrified of an accident and being terrified of that ever again. And that did kind of, it didn't do it to like as huge an extent as like Order a Pizza did, but that's okay because that kind of served the purpose of the story. I also liked how, you know, she was telling her story to the bear the whole time. I'm not quite sure what the purpose is of the decision in giving up the bear versus keeping the bear, because I don't know. I feel like we're not really that attached to the bear. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are some people that are like, oh man, it was hard for me to give up the bear. That was fine. That's not even a knock on the game. Like, that's not even a knock on the game. That's just me talking. But all in all, I love this game. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's a wonderful work of art. I think that it's underappreciated. And I think that more people need to play this game. So please go play this game. Please go get it on Steam. I think it's like $14.99. You can absolutely go and play this game, like right now. Go do it. There's 3 different routes. If you like visual novels, this is definitely worth a go. It is a charming, wonderful game, and I am pleased to have played it on my channel. But I unfortunately have to bring this episode to a close because I've been recording for a while and I'm going to need to get some water soon. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you'd like this video, please leave a like. It really does help the channel out. Also consider subscribing. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit the notifications bell so you get updates on when I upload future episodes. Without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Bye! I would like to give a very special shout out and thanks to my patrons, AceWolf741, Deep Dive Dylan, D. Roberts, Brian White, Devil J, Caleb Putnam, Robin Harper, Bob Conway, Cody Webb, and Maticus Sama.